what's your idea of what resilience means? What does resilience mean to you?
Coming back every day, saying everything's a new day.
Every day's a new day, coming back. Absolutely. What else? Not giving up. Yes. What else?
Not being like burned out, always having like reserves to be able to respond to these challenges.
Ooh, not burning out, always having a reserve to be able to respond. Keep that word in mind. Respond. All of this is so good, you guys. What did you guys say over here?
Go dancing.
Go dancing. That's how to build resilience, possibly, absolutely. When you go dancing, how does that help you be resilient? What does that do? Clears your mind. What's this mean? Huh.
Psychological.
Psychological. Okay. Yes, please. Growing and becoming stronger. Absolutely. So we want to build all these things, but how do we do this? This sounds like a great idea. Have reserve, to be stronger, psychological balance. But how do we do that? Now my challenge today is there's all these different people in the room. I don't know your different levels of stress. I don't know your different capacities. So I did not create this training for an individual person. So if you hear something you think, not me, doesn't apply, okay, that's totally fine. This is offering an opportunity for you to consider these things. I'm not saying these things are you. I'm saying these are common things that cause people stress and the reason stress happens. And then I'm going to offer you some strategies to help you build resilience. And the reason I brought it to you is because when I go in and I coach teachers, a lot of times I'm called in to develop a behavior support plan because the child has challenging behavior. And when I sit down with the teachers, they're the expert of the child, so they bring me their behavior observation reports, and then I say, tell me the story of what's been going on. And they tell me, he never sits, he never listens, he hits constantly, he can't share, he has difficulty waiting, and he hurts other kids, he's a bully. And all that feels true to them. And all that, the hitting, all that, that's happened. But the way they present it to me is usually in kind of the superlative. And then I go in and I videotape always, because I don't trust me what I see, who am I? And we watch the video, and I was just with a group of teachers last week, and they started crying when they watched the video, because that child waited. He held his hands like this after a child choked him. He transitioned without an extra prompt. And they said, we missed that. We didn't even see it. Because of the monkey business illusion. And if you have an overactive stress response system, if you tend to scan for the negative more than the positive, you're going to miss stuff more, even more. Again, I'm not stimulating and bringing awareness to it. That doesn't mean that children don't have challenging behavior. But in order to decrease your stress, I'm encouraging you to know that maybe it's not as bad. You are being effective. Because that's what the teachers were crying about too. We're doing great. Yeah, in the video, it was an hour video. In the video, he pushed a boy with two hands in the face. He tackled two kids from behind. And he wrestled someone to the ground. There was challenging behavior. But then there was also the positive. And I asked them during this hour, before we sit down, I said, during this hour, was this a typical day? And they're like, oh, he was out of control. I'm like, I know, it's stressful, huh? Yeah. Did you see anything positive? No. And interestingly, on the video, the teacher's giving him a PDA. You're waiting, Nicholas, you're being patient. But she didn't even remember that an hour later when we met because of the stress. Okay? Yeah. So all that to say, please don't throw out your tools and say they don't work yet. Know that part of it is us getting clear and being strong and building resilience. Not everything is not your fault. So one thing I want to go deeper in is this negativity bias. How many people have heard about the negativity bias in your brain? So we are born, our brains are wired, it's believed, scientists say this, I didn't make this up, I'm not a scientist, I'm just a messenger. We are born with circuits in the brain that scan for danger. Scan for what's missing or what's wrong, to keep us safe. So when I'm jogging down a path in San Diego and I see a black thing stretched out, I don't go, what is that? Let me get curious. I go, whoop, out of here before I even think. Or you're driving on the freeway and someone cuts you off, you just jerk to get out of it. That's your negativity bias. Something in your brain is always scanning for danger. Thank God we have that. But unfortunately, it's a little overactive based a lot in our childhood and how stressful our childhood was. So that's what our brains do. And in Teaching Pyramid, we talk to you about that. Our brains have Velcro for the bad and Teflon for the good.